Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. Can hypnosis help you break that bad habit that's been holding you back in life? Well, before we answer that question, we want to look at why those other things that you've tried to break that bad habit, why they haven't worked, why they have failed you. We do not want this to be one more thing that you've attempted that is still giving you the same sorry results in your life. And I want you to notice what I just said. Those other things that you've attempted have failed you, not that you failed them. So the average client who comes to see us to utilize hypnosis to improve the quality of their life has failed 8 times in the past. And that's for the average person. When we're looking at high achievers, peak performers, people who really set their mind on an end result and want to turn their dreams into reality, well, it can easily be double or triple this amount. This is for you if you have a dream, something that you want to turn into your reality, but what you've tried in the past just did not last. Maybe on weight reduction, it was failed diets, food plans, gym memberships, surgeries, stop smoking, the failed patches, gums, and drugs, the fears, how to relax yourself or give yourself a different focus. You know, one of the worst pieces of advice I have ever heard on public speaking and trying to deal with the fear of it is just imagine the audience with their clothes off or in their underwear. Hello. You know, once you vividly imagine something, you can never unsee that. Then there's the overwhelming stress and situational sadness. By the way, these used to be known as the terms of anxiety and depression, but that along with sleeplessness, which used to be insomnia, well, those terms are all diagnosis codes that say you have to be on drugs. So the pushing through, the ignoring it, the relaxation techniques, why isn't of this working long term? Well, let's find out what you need right now to reveal you at your very best. So what is the cause of your bad habit? Well, it doesn't matter if it's something that's holding you back in life, or actually it's a pattern that produces the type of life that you want. It turns your dreams into reality. Every action you take is meant to fulfill what's known as the core 4. These are the 4 emotional needs, and every experience that you seek out in life is meant to get at least one of these turned on. In fact, if the actions you take flip on one of these, well, then you're interested. If it flips on 2, well, now you're going back to it. If it flips on 3, you're looking at repeating the action, and if it lights up all 4, then now you've got a habit and pattern that is becoming part of your personality. So let's go through some examples of things that you might have experienced in your life that have held you back, or maybe something that you know someone else has engaged in that has caused harm in their life, and look at how it is turned on at least one of these areas. Real quick, who am I to be able to share all of this with you? I'm Dawn Ferguson. With my partner, Drew, we are the founders and owners of Ferguson and Associates Hypnotherapy. We are certified hypnotists, but we're also certified instructors. We train others to become hypnotists, and we also certify them in our Core 4 training. I am also a rapid results coach. Guess what? You don't care about the initials behind my name. What all of this means is that I know how to take you from where you are to where you want to be as quick as possible. We like to say we help you reach greater heights of success with less effort because we're building upon what's already there. Just like I was sharing with you in the Core 4, and we're getting ready to go even deeper into that you have a very special way of expressing who you are. It's just that you learn to do it in a way that is dysfunctional and it holds you back. So let's find a way to turn you on and your brilliance in a way that blesses you, but it also blesses those around you. One of the levels of the Core 4 is how we soothe ourselves. It's been a rough day. Things didn't go the way we wanted them to. So how are we going to pat ourselves on the back for the fact that we got through it without completely breaking down? And this is where a lot of bad habits will show up that will temporarily help us feel better. Maybe it's overeating with empty carbs, those breads, pastas, the chips, or could it be with maybe one too many glasses of wine, cigarettes? In fact, that's one of the clients that I worked with, is the fact that he gave so much to his work and to his family. He felt that there wasn't anything left for him. And every smoking attempt, at least to quit it, that he had tried had failed. Well, that's because he was taking away the only thing that he felt was going to have him feel better. We had to come up with other options for him to be able to express his ability to take care of himself, but in a way that was going to be healthy and functional. Then there's the attention. We all want to be validated. We all want people to go, yes, hooray for you. One of my clients was a young child in a very large family that got together every Sunday for dinner. There were the grandparents, the aunts and uncles, and all the cousins. She was the youngest one and got overlooked. So she learned when she was 4 to slip out of her seat at the table, run around and grab food off of other people's plates and shove it into her mouth. Well, guess what? It got her the attention, and it was quite cute at 4 years old, and people would laugh at her. But now that she's 40, well, she still has the same eating habits, shoving food in her mouth as quick as possible. Guess what? It was still getting her the attention, especially when she was out in public, but it wasn't the type of attention that she wanted. It wasn't until we discovered how to bring her out at her very best. She wanted to be able to light people up. That's how she wanted to get attention. She wanted them to laugh and enjoy themselves. And until we discovered that aspect of her personality, then it was after that she was able to let go of the weight. Worthiness. We want to feel like what we have in life, those good things that we earned. Unfortunately, for another one of my clients, she continued to pick bad bosses that she would have to fight and push through and cause herself overwhelming stress in order to move the company forward, because it was simply coming from her sense of, this is how I earn my worth. When we discovered what she really needed to do, she was able to let go of those bad bosses and step in to her being her very best in her own company. And then there's the connection. We all want to feel like we're part of something larger than ourselves, whether it might be our family, our friends, our community. But then working with a client that realized the reason why she would get so excited about a new opportunity and then fail to follow through, and get so excited about something that was going to improve the quality of her life, but then abandon it before she ever made it happen, was simply because she had learned that it was better to hold herself back so others don't feel bad about their lack of success. But she was a true leader. And until she learned how to step into that skill set, those feelings, and that focus of this is how she can show others how to do it, she continued to find herself failing in life. Again, how has your bad habit met one of these core four? And this is the reason why you have failed in the past, is because you took away your ability to get this emotional need met, even though it was getting met in a dysfunctional way. So, to go back to our original question, can hypnosis help you overcome the bad habit that's been holding you back in life? The answer is yes, but it's only a partial yes. You see, we have three parts to our identity. The physical, which is the actions we take, the emotions, which how we feel about ourselves, and the mental, what are we going to focus on? And you're probably familiar with the fact that hypnosis is used for physical. It takes those actions and actually turns them into goal achieving. It's behavioral modification. But that's where it stops short, because it does take a whole hoop and bunch of sessions for you to be taking actions before you begin to feel better about yourself. And then once you feel better about yourself, well, then you're going to start thinking better about yourself. For us at Ferguson and Associates, for Drew and I, that wasn't enough. We want you to stop looking for happiness through your actions, because this is how it really works. It's what you focus on that determines how you feel, and how you feel will determine the actions you take. So doesn't it make better sense then to say, let's see how we can incorporate all of this into a session? Now, in a moment, I'm going to give you some bonus tips on how you can begin to upgrade the quality of your life all on your own, because that's what we're about here at Ferguson and Associates, is empowerment, the transfer of authority from us to you. So make sure that you hang on until I give you those bonus tips. As a hypnotist, to be able to have hypnosis work for you, I know it has to help you be true to who you are, the core four, as well as your identity. So as your hypnotist, I'm helping you reveal more of your potential and your power for your success. But what do you need on your part for this to be successful? There are three things that you need to bring in as a client, so this will be something that will work exactly the way you want it to, turning your dreams into your reality. And the first is your willingness, but your willingness to do it for you. This is not going to work if you're doing it for someone else, because there's a little rebel part of your personality that is saying, oh, you're not going to tell me what to do. So this has to be something that you desire. You also want to be able to use your imagination. Now, I'll tell you right now, people who have failed multiple times are already using their imagination, because you have turned your mind on to find all the ways in your environment that something isn't going to work, so it will reinforce that dysfunctional part of your personality. We just need to give it new operating instructions that you're supposed to be moving towards your vision. And finally, trust. Trust needs to take place, not in me as your hypnotist, but actually in yourself. This is the reason why all of our clients finish one of their sessions with what's known as a plan of action. This is going to be an agreed upon commitment of things that you're going to do after the session is over with, because you're going to prove to yourself that this is one commitment you're going to keep, that you are competent, you do have the skills, you're consistently going to seek out the situations that are going to reveal you at your very best. Can hypnosis help you is no longer the correct question to be asking. Instead, We're asking, how can we help you reveal you at your very best? Remember at the very beginning, we said reach greater heights of success with less effort. Well, to be able to do that, Drew and I are offering you a break through the bad habits that are holding you back so you can turn your dreams into reality call with us. It can be as short as 15 minutes or as long as 40. But what you're going to discover on this call is one tip, tool, or technique that you can utilize right away to improve the quality of your life. See, we want to earn the right to ask you to engage us in revealing who you really are. But you need to know this before you claim your call. When you get on the phone, whether it's with Drew, with myself, or maybe one of our associates, you're actually dealing with a certified hypnotist who helps clients on a daily basis with these identity upgrades. You see, there are some people in our industry that have so-called coaches answering their phones, but these so-called coaches never even work with people. They're actually what's known as high-ticket closers. Their only job is to enroll you into a package. Well, we're not going to do that. We are going to earn the right to be in your life through this call. So how do you claim it? Well, if you're watching this video on our webpage, then there's going to be a button that says claim your call here, and you can go ahead and click on that and set a time that fits with your schedule. But if you're watching this video some other place, or maybe you got a hold of the audio, then you want to go to drewdawnferguson.com/hypnosis. That's where you're going to have the ability to claim your call. And maybe you're in a rush. Hey, you're excited. You want to make things happen right now. Well, you can always call us direct, 636-699-7791. You tell us that you want to claim your breakthrough call. And if we've got the time and you're available right then, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this happen, because it is time for you to discover more of your potential, turn on your power, and achieve your success. Now it's time for your bonus. This would be considered your plan of action. Step number 1, look at the bad habit that's holding you back in life and ask yourself, how does it meet the core 4? You're going to have one primarily that shows up, then you're going to have a secondary backup and a little bit of the third and fourth one. Remember, the core 4 is soothing, attention, worthiness, and connection. So even though it is getting those needs met in an unhealthy way, begin to understand how it shows up for you. Step number 2. Now start paying attention that right before that bad habit happens, what are you feeling? And then based on what are you feeling, what are you focusing on? Because we need to go back to the source of what's creating it. Then you can reverse engineer it and say, okay, well, this is the habit that I want to have that's going to turn my dreams into reality. This is how it's going to be a substitution on the core 4. And I want to back up and say, this is what I'm going to focus on. These are the feelings that I choose to experience, and these are the actions I'll take. Just know that when you do that, it is going to take 91 days of concentrated effort before you have an identity upgrade. This is one of the reasons why I love hypnosis, because in as little as a 45-minute session, all of this can begin to take place for you. So that's step number 1 and step number 2. Step number 3 is ask yourself, whoever you decide to work with, how are they going to empower you to make these transformations all on your own? It's not enough just to do change. Change is what you get back from $1 at the fast food restaurant if you're lucky. We want transformations that last a lifetime. You see, when you work with Drew and myself, you get the bonus of our self-hypnosis intensive. This is where we train you in the same techniques that we would do for you on how you can do it for yourself. So this way, every time you want an upgrade in your life, you don't have to run back to us. You're actually empowered to make it happen for yourself. Remember, we promised you we were going to help you reach greater heights of success with less effort. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you today, and I look forward to us getting on that coaching call where you're going to begin to break through the bad habits that are holding you back so you can turn your dreams into your reality.